So for my next guest on the Green Room, I have epic trance DJ and producer Somna. Well, we're going to be talking a bit about how he's getting on in the isolation. We're going to be playing a few games. We've got questions from the fans. But best of all, he's going to tell us all about his brand new album coming out May 8th. Don't go anywhere.
So my first artist album is coming out on May 8th. It's coming out on Black Hole Recordings, and it's kind of like a joint venture between Black Hole and Ava, because we released some singles on Ava and most of them on Black Hole. But the album is on Black Hole, and I'm super excited about it. There's 14 tracks on there. I think 11 of them are vocal tracks.
Amazing.
The last single before the album comes out is on April the 24th. And then there's a music video coming out the week after. And then the album is out the week after that. So super excited about that. And then I mentioned before, but we're running this contest where we're giving away a all expenses paid trip to one of my shows in the future when we're out of quarantine. So it's all over on my social media at the moment, and it's a really easy and fun contest to join in. So with a cool prize.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So everyone who's watching this, head over there and check that out. Definitely, it'll be awesome to be the winner of that. When this is over, you get to be one of the first party. Yeah, if that's not an incentive, I don't know what is. So tell me a bit more about the album. What's the first single to come out once it's actually released, for example?
Well, we've started releasing the singles before. So the first single that came out, I think it was in the beginning of January, and it was Stars Collide, which I did with Jennifer Ney. And then the second single was an instrumental one I did with LTN called Dreamcatcher. And then followed by a track I did with Roxanne Emery and Enzo called Long Way Down. And then after that, it was like a chilled sort of poppy down-tempo track I did with Carrie called The First Year. And I also did my first like 138 version as well too, so it had like two versions. Cool. And then after that, just came out was a track called Snowstorm, which is just an instrumental one I've done. And then the last single before the album comes out is on April 24th, which is with Noir Lee, and it's the title single from the album, so it's called Beside You, which is what my album's called as well too.
Ah, awesome.
And then sorry?
I said that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. And then after the album comes out, we'll be releasing a couple more singles, but they'll be singles with remixes, because obviously people would have heard the single on the album, so it'll be like a remix pack. And one of them is a track I did with Halion called Secret. And
I love that track.
Two awesome, thanks. And then there's two remixes alongside that from two really good artists.
Amazing. That sounds promising, man. I can't wait to hear it.
We were going to release it for the festival season. That was the goal. It was like make some bangers for the festival season, but
yeah,
it's festival season now.
Man, it's gutting, isn't it? But yeah, like we were saying before, I think play it right. There's more people ever indoors listening to music, whether it is just streaming or whether it's finding a new way of doing that. I think where it might suffer from the live perspective, it certainly won't suffer from the perspective of the amount of people who will be hearing it from their own homes or wherever. So in that light, I think sounds like it's gonna absolutely smash it. So I look forward to hearing it. I really do. I think it sounds really promising. How many? You say you got 14 in total, and how many singles are you releasing after it comes out? Did you say?
Well, after it comes out, there will be 3 more single like packages, so like remix package with a single from the album. Yeah.
Cool, that's awesome, man. And any more collabs on that album, or is the rest of yours?
Pretty much the entire album is collabs, aside from 2 tracks. They're all collabs with vocalists, and then 1 collab. Or 2 collabs where I've collabed with another producer and a vocalist.
Okay, yeah. Okay. You collab quite a bit with people, don't you? I think it's.
I do, because I like anytime I work with a vocalist, it's a collab. So so most of them are like the production's all done by me, and then there's a vocalist on there. So it's a collab in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't do too many collaborations with other producers.
More producer vocal style stuff.
It's more vocalist, yeah. They're vocalist collabs.
Cool. And is there any specific inspiration behind the album as a whole? Is there a theme? Is it, are you trying to throw in a bunch of different kind of inspirational genres and things into it? What's the vibe?
Well, it's definitely a bit varied. Like, it's mostly trance. There's a couple songs that I wouldn't really class as trance, but they're still quite melodic. But the idea behind it, and the album is called Beside You. So what I wanted to do is just create a collection of music that you could feel like it was always beside you. Like, you'd be, even when you're happy or sad, you're traveling and you're alone, and you have this music that you can listen to and feel comforted. So that was kind of like what I wanted to go for. I didn't write each song in like where it was like, okay, this one is like definitely beside you and stuff. But it's so, but just as a whole, the music on there, the goal was to sort of create this this feeling of like a warm blanket around you. Just because in my own experiences of like traveling and being alone and stuff like that, it felt like there were times when music was beside me, and that's what, like, I can remember like times like pretty vividly of like when I felt like alone and I listened to like an Above and Beyond song and feel like I was like everything was like okay.
Sure.
So that's kind of what I wanted my album to reflect and hopefully be like for someone else out there.
Totally, I think that's a great message. And if it's got a bunch of different genres, I hope that kind of will translate really well into maybe different moods and different vibes that people are going through. So no, sounds really well thought through, and I love the idea. It's cool.
Thanks. The music video is really exciting because it was like a 2-day shoot. You're in video, so like shooting a music video is a lot of work. Like, it takes so much time to set up like each shot.
It does.
It's like a 3.5 minute video. It takes like 2 days of like 10 hours each. It's so exhausting. But I can't wait for people to see that. We also there's like VFX in it as well.
Oh yeah.
So we had to have like a VFX artist like hop in there and do some work, and so I'm super excited to show people.
Amazing. The VFX stuff can look fantastic. It's incredibly difficult to do, and it makes a normal video so much more complicated, but when it's good, it's good. So I look forward to seeing that.
It makes me appreciate like filmmaking and movies so much, because like just I can't even imagine how much time and effort it takes to film like an Avengers movie or something like that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that stuff's crazy. That stuff is like next level crazy.
Yeah. You shot some music videos in the past, right? Like, so you know exactly how this is and stuff like that. So
yeah, I've
any
shot
for you? Any like we've been talking about me a lot. How about you? Like, what do you got coming up next?
What have I got coming up next? I've got a bunch of tracks actually. I've got loads in the pipeline, but I've been also I make a lot of different genres of music, so I've been spending a lot of time in recent months actually working on my tropical house project as well. So it's kind of going between that and the trance stuff. But I've got a bunch of stuff going on. I've got some more collabs coming up, another one with Ash, follow up from our last one. What am I doing? As you know, I'm in the video kind of side of things. I'm always looking to shoot my own music videos, if I can anyway. It gives you, it's a great asset to have, but it gives you way too much work to do. When you're trying to do the music as well as the video, it's, there's like a million different things to try and worry about, but, it gives you control, which is nice.
Do you ever write a track with a video in mind? Like, as you're writing the track, you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do at this moment because this is what I'm going to do in the video. Have you ever done that?
I guess I wouldn't say as basic as, say, the actual writing of the track, you maybe like a feeling. Do you know what I mean? When you get a feeling of like a breakdown or a drop. I guess my mind's always creative mind's always thinking visually as well in terms of video stuff. So yeah, I get in a way, I will always have when I'm imagining the track kind of dropping or its kind of section. Maybe it's even a verse, but yeah, I will. A lot of the time, I will think. I will get certain images coming to my mind, which I'd like to try and maybe turn into a video, but you know, half the time that's not always practical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, on some level, for sure, on some level, definitely. But yeah, then it's the battle trying to make that vision sort of come to life, you know?
Yeah, and make it cost effective as well too, because it's very expensive doing music videos.
Yeah, you can get lost in that. That is you know, you can. It's like a black hole of. You just keep throwing money down there, and you can never. You can just get lost. You can just get lost. But the good thing is, I've got my actual own film studio is almost finished. It was meant to be finished months ago, but this virus thing has kind of messed it up a bit in terms of that. So that should be getting finished in the next, hopefully within the next month, depending on how the virus stuff pans out. But once that's done, I'll be able to shoot. What's that?
Is that in Manchester?
Yeah, Manchester. So
okay, nice.
When that's done, I will be shooting all sorts of stuff in there, videos and promos and content. My original plan for the Greenroom and doing these kind of interviews was to be able to interview touring DJs when they were coming through Manchester in my own studio and with a proper setup. But the coronavirus thing has kind of made me have to change my tactic and move to FaceTime. So it's been it's been an interesting one, especially trying to flesh out exactly how this could work. I've never been much of a FaceTime kind of guy, but recently it's been all I've been doing, so it's adapting.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're touring through Manchester somewhere further on down the line and you fancy popping in, feel free.
Yeah, I will. I visit Manchester every time I'm in the UK because I used to live there and I have a lot of friends that play badminton out there. So
that's awesome. I do remember you saying you used to live there actually. How long ago are we talking?
It's been a while because I moved back to Canada in 2012. But I lived in Manchester for about five years before that.
Cool.
Yeah.